Yeah, we are live on YouTube. Over to you, Renu ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Hello, and a very good evening to the workshop series organized by MNET. MNET has put together a series of workshops for teachers and educators by leading experts in the field as part of ELT to explore some of the core competencies using innovative tools and techniques. My warm welcome to the speaker, Mrs. Krupali Sangvi, and all the educators who have gathered from different parts of India and different corners of the world. Your participation ignites and motivates us to push for better planning. And what binds us is the passion, a common passion to be effective teachers, educators, and research scholars who constantly try to upgrade themselves as an English language teacher. And moreover, it's great to have a fraternity of teachers in India and abroad who are always ready to collaborate and share their ideas, experiences, knowledge, and best practices to help build a community of practice. I thank the speaker, Mrs. Krupali Sangvi, who at one call agreed for this workshop. So without wasting much time, let me begin the session. Today's workshop is on interactive e-classroom using Nearpod. To talk about the speaker, she is a National ICT Awardee, Microsoft Innovative Educators Expert to represent at Microsoft Global Event Singapore, Microsoft Certified Educator and Master Trainer, Wakelet Community Leader, and TGT Computer Science at Udam School for Children, CBSE, with more than 15 years of experience in teaching computer science. In present pandemic, she served the nation as a resource person to NCERT official channel, ICT webinars, and shared her ICT expertise with more than 500 teachers across states of India at global level. She makes the classroom environment tech-friendly and joyful for students with innovative pedagogies and effective use of ICT in education. Empathy, compassion, along with innovation are the guiding principles implemented in her class. Keeping pace with the time and changing technologies, she keeps herself updated and makes the teaching profession worthwhile. She has completed more than 250 online courses in the past years and has received more than 60 online certifications. She is recognized at a national and global level as MIEE, Microsoft Innovative Educators Expert Fellow and Master Trainer, Microsoft Certified Educator, Global Skype Guest Speaker, GEG Google Educators Group, Lead ED Share Asia Meet Moderator, and was selected for E2 Educator Exchange event at Singapore. She received recognition for her tremendous work in the field of ICT with awards on the school as well as national level, winning Best Teachers Award 215, promoting technology and training educators. IDA National Award 2016 by India Didactic Association, National ICT Award 2017 by MHRD, and Global Teacher Award 2018. She has also been awarded the Sterling Innovator Award 2019 for innovative use of technology by Udam School for Children, projects and initiatives. She innovated long-term comprehensive lesson plan like Tech 2 SDG, mythology and digital textbooks that focus on lifelong learning skills. Her students learn textual content along the Sustainable Development Goal, initiating the focuses on 21st century learning design skills like knowledge, construction, real-world problem solving, skill communication, use of ICT for innovation, collaboration, and self-regulation. And in this session, she will be looking at students' engagement platform that can be used to create interactive teaching tools that can contain quiz, polls, videos, images, drawing boards, web content, and much more using Nearpod. So we welcome you, ma'am. Your achievements something that that took a long time to read. So we are very gratified.
Thank you so much, Renu ma'am, for such a kind introduction. And yes, namaste to all the viewers from Krupali Sangvi. I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, and ma'am has given a long introduction about the achievements. But talking today with heart as an educator to you all, probably I'll be able to help to reach out to all the educators who have joined today to make our classroom actually meaningful to the students. When I talk about our classroom meaningful to the students, I mean to say that we need to make sure that our classroom basically focuses on more of a kind of concept where whatever we are using saves our time. For a teacher, most important part is discipline. And you know, we all have now become Corona warriors, the teachers, the warriors. We know how to lead our classroom in this technology era. Now we know how to lead our classroom in online teaching. But what is missing is somehow we want some more time. Somehow we want to make sure that we people do not waste more of time making up the content coming up on the screen, network bandwidth connection issues, so many issues coming in. So today I'm there in front of you with a new topic there, interactive classroom resources via Nearport. The word Nearport itself gives us an idea that it could be something which may be related to podcast. Yeah, I'm not talking here about an audio podcast here, but yeah, let's say podcasting of information. I want to teach a chapter into my classroom, but the chapter has a lot of aspects that may contain a video, that may contain audio, that may have an interactive content. But what is that tool which will help me to reach out my school, my students, my classroom, and you know the stipulated time period of 45 minutes? That's again very much important. So let us learn about Neopod in this session. And yes, I'll be addressing all your queries, so you can note down your queries in between if you have any queries. So right now we will start up with the Neopod Interactive Real-Time E-Resources. Neopod is basically used to make any lessons interactive. So like for example, if I am not prepared to use Neopod today, but if I have learned about Neopod, there are options that you need not plan anything from scratch. Today you are learning Neopod and tomorrow you can use this Neopod tool into your classroom. There is another benefit of using Neopod is no need to plan from scratch. You can have everything, whatever resources you are having in the form of PPTs or PDF or maybe Google Slides. You can interact, make it interactive with Neopod. And yes, obviously unlock student understanding. That is very much important. We need to get real-time instance. So now the new education policy, as ma'am said, I'm National ICT Awardee and I'm in close connection, looking forward for the national education policy and understanding it, how technology intervention could be there. So upcoming years of our classrooms will be a bit different than the traditional classroom. So what we are going to do is we need to check out in between the classes whether we are having real-time insights or not. So yeah, I would like to talk about real-time insights into what students know and how to get access the reports also. So let's learn about how to create interactive lessons in minutes. Yeah, I have used the word minutes over there. Minutes means we are going to create lessons which are easy to make, and within like half an hour you can prepare an entire lesson with sort of references you want for your lessons in the form of JPGs, PDFs, virtual field trips. Yes, it's a very interesting feature. Virtual field trip, 360-degree view of a monument, 360-degree view of a historical place, 360-degree view of any location which you're talking about in a poetry or maybe in a lesson. You can have a collaborative board where you can ask the students, you can have the recap and recap. I think you might be knowing recap and recap. Recap is something where we take up the evaluation from the students to know about this topic. And recap is something once we have taught everything and we want to recap. So I think recap and recap both can be done with the help of collaborative boards, quizzes, polls, matching tests. So let's not waste more time on the theoretical aspects of this thing and let's see how it could be done. Yeah, the one more question which comes to your mind when we are talking about Neopod is, are the students required to create accounts for Neopod? No, not at all. The teachers definitely need need an account on Neopod. That's free for a silver edition, and it goes on to gold and all. That we'll talk in the later part of once the tool has been explained. But yes, students do not require to create an account. There's a 6 or 5 letter code which we need to just post it on our board, or we can post it to their WhatsApp message, classroom, anywhere, and they'll be able to join. So yeah, there is no required 100% student participation is possible. And yes, obviously, as I said, if you're going to use quiz, poll, if you're going to use collaborative boards, we are giving every student a voice. And obviously, the students are also going to take up the ownership of their learning because they'll be ideating, they'll be interacting with you. And it won't be more of a dumb-based classroom. It will be a very interactive classroom. So let's start talking about Neopode. As I've told you, Neopode is used for interactive media and formative assessment. Now we all are looking forward for formative and summative assessment. The time has come when we need to check whether online teaching has been fruitful. So we need required to check on a formative level whether the child has got the concepts well or not. Neopode may help you achieve that goal. The second is students interact and collaborate from any device. Yes, I've written here any device. For the teachers to create Neopode, it is compulsory that you must have a screen which is widescreen size. That is maybe a tablet, or maybe you will require a desktop or a laptop. But in phone, we cannot create content. Students can easily get into your content via phone. They can join any lesson and learn from it. Teachers get real-time feedback and post-session reports. So now let's start with the 3 easy steps to get into Neopode. The first step says sign in or sign up into Neopode. The second says how to create e-resources, and the third one says how are you going to share the content. So let's move to the steps. So this I've written over here, but I'm giving you a screen by screen explanation. So all of you, what you can do is you can just search Neopode on google.com or Bing search engine. You can use any of the search engines and find out that word Neopode. The word spells Nearpod. So this Neopode will give you, once you click in the search engine and type Neopode, you will find this screen. The first link that appears on your screen is neopode.com. We have to click, you can see it is already highlighted here. I'll just take my highlighter, laser pointer. Yeah, you can see your Neopode student engagement platform. So this is the first link where we are going to click. So once you click on the link, you will find the homepage of Neopode. The homepage says whether are you a student. So if our students are going to use the resources which we created with Neopode, they can just write the code given by the teacher and join. If the administrators want to use, they have this area, but here right now we have to use teachers sign up for free. Let's click on teachers sign up for free. There are two options. One is you can either sign it up with your existing Google or Office 365 account. Both of the accounts which I mentioned here are free for education. Google's Suite for Education is totally free for school teachers and schools, wherein Office 365, Microsoft Office 365, even licenses.
स्क्रीन कशी काढायची ती दाखवते.
Pardon? Yes?
No.
Okay, fine. So Office 365 A1 licenses are again free for education. So you can get anything for your school, or existing account of your personal Google account will always work well with this. The second option is 3 simple steps where you enter your first name, last name, and email ID, and you can sign up. If there is a student joining in, he just have to go to the screen, enter the code, and click on join. So it is as easy to use Neopode for a teacher or for a student. I have mentioned here both the ways. If I'm using a Gmail account, I'll get something like this where I have to enter my email ID. If I'm using an Office 365 of Microsoft, I'll be using @outlook.com account, or maybe @.onmicrosoft.com account, anything. So these are the two options with the help of which we can sign up. So it was so easy that you can either use it with the Google platform or you can do it with the help of Microsoft. Right now you can see I have used my Google account. So it shows me sign up with Google. I agree to Neopode's term and conditions, and I am over 13 years old. So let's make it digital. Security and privacy should definitely matter. So we cannot allow our children to use Neopode because the criteria says it should be over 38 years of age. So let's go with this. And then a basic question like what is your school role? What's the name of your school and what's the role? And there we go with Neopode. So now this is whatever is given on the slide. I'm going to give you a real demonstration for this. So I hope there are no queries till here. Step 5. Again, I'll go very step by step. Let's go to Neopode. Okay, I'll go here and I'll open an incognito window to give the demonstration. I hope my window is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So here I'll have to type first step was google.com. So there we go with google.com. In Google, we need to type Neopode. The topic which we are taking up is Neopode. So we need to search for Neopode. So just write Neopode and press enter. As soon as we tried Nearport and press enter, the first website, as I've highlighted in my slides, it was nearport.com. Let's click on this nearport.com website. And there we go with the homepage of nearport.com. There are three options, as I mentioned here. If you want to sign up, you will have to go for teachers, sign up for free. I'll just zoom my screen for a while to show you that option. It's here. Teachers, sign up for free. And if we want, we already have an account. As I mentioned, I already created an account. So what I can go is I can just click on login. So I clicked on login because my account is already signed up. The sign up process says simply you will have to just click on login with Google account. So there again, I click on login with Google and I use my pre-existing account over here. And I'll click on next. And my password is auto saved. So I just have to click on next. So this is how, with a simple step, sign in and sign up step, you are logged in to Nearport site. Now my Nearport homepage, which appears to you, is right now fully loaded because I've already created so many lesson plans. So if you can see here, it is already done. But let's learn from the left panel. Let's start from the left panel. Okay, let's do one thing. Before exploring what is Nearport, let's experience Nearport. So the quick 40 could join my launch. So as I've told you, on my Nearport, can you see this quick launch? So if I click on this quick launch, quick launch, there are four options for me: open-ended question, draw it, timer, and collaborate board. So I'm using a collaborate board to interact with you all. So let's click on the collaborate board. This is something which I'm talking about, how we can launch any lessons on the spot. I haven't prepared anything right now with you. I haven't prepared a lesson for you. And on the spot, I want to have a discussion with you. So on the collaborative board, I will write, how did you find Nearport? That's my first question to all of you over here. I can insert any image over here for collaborative board. I can write the description, MNET workshop session, MNET training session. This is how I have written a description. And then if I scroll down, there are a lot many options which I could select. I can have a yellow background, I can have a gray background, and quick launch. That's it. So nothing extra to do. You are teaching a lesson. All of a sudden you want your 40 students. Right now I'm using a free silver edition. So the pricing plan says 40 at a time could join this Nearport. Once you start doing it, there is one level Nearport certified educator. You just have to submit a lesson where 15 students have joined. And those 15 students lesson plan, when you share as a link, they will give you a golden plan. In gold plan, 60 students can join in one class. I think we don't have more than 60 students in our classroom, so this works well. So now you can see a code on my screen. Your students can join. You just have to type join.nearport.com. All of you could try this out. I'm going to share the link also. I'll just take the link from here and I'll share it in the chat area to be shared with the audience. So you all can try this out. Just write join.nearport.com and the code will go there. Just give me a minute. No.
What happened, Purpali?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not getting the chat area now.
See the pop-up button. Green one. They will get it in the three dots.
Basically, I am in the incognito window. So okay, I'll share you. Okay, I'll keep it on the screen for them because I'm not getting the floating toolbar actually. I have hidden it and I'm not getting it back now. No, I'm not getting it. Anyways, I'll come back to the screen and there is a collaborative board. So the code for you is ZURQF. So all of you, the first 40 will be able to join in with your name. I request you can join. I can see 4 people have already joined. That's too quick. Yes. So The code is, again, I'll repeat, it is capital ZURQF. I can see 4 people joining in. I'll like to see who has joined. Anil sir, Aparna ma'am, Devchani ma'am, Sarayu ma'am, Sasi ma'am, Shweta ma'am. These people have joined. Again, I'll repeat. It's just nearport.com. It will ask you for a code, and the code is on my screen. If you can see, it is ZURQF. So the code which you can see is ZUQ. And there is a question, share thoughts or images here. You can type your thoughts and click on post. So yeah, Devjani ma'am says it's interesting. Shweta ma'am says it's excellent. So 40 people could post. Yes, good afternoon. It's very interesting and interactive. So I think this is how our, we have a soft board in our classroom. We all are missing that soft board. We are actually missing that area where we want our students to paste something. So in the morning, you can always have such type of soft board. It's very easy. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's fun and it's very easy. And even after this soft board of chapter is done, if I want to share with someone, I can even share. Thank you so much, Anil sir. So right now I can see 9 people and 40 could join in. Again, I'll repeat the steps. Its code is ZURQF. Just type nearport.com from your phone or from your laptop. You just need to type nearport.com and just type ZURQF. Ma'am, if you could just take it from the screen and
Yeah, I have done it.
yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. So it is capital ZURQF. That's a 5-letter code which we need to enter as a student, and 16 people have joined. So after 40, it will show me that no more attendees could join. So this is how it goes, and we can see beautifully how beautifully the board looks. You can see if I scroll up, really nice, excellent. Students will love. Obviously, students want to speak. Now they are actually fed up sitting on the one corner of the screen and listening to all the teachers what they are saying. So thank you so much, all of you. Let's have this board open for you all, and I'll just move to the next screen. So by the time you are posting in, and I'll show you the report also how it gets generated. Let me again switch to nearport.com. So that was one of the quick launch where I could have posted the launch. Now let's see what else is there in quick launch. So if I go to second quick launch, I have a draw it option. It's very interesting. Sometimes we want to draw something and express ourselves. Some students don't like to write. They're very beautifully drawing something. Or you're a science teacher or an English teacher. You're talking about nature and you want them to reflect their ideas about what nature looks like. So I think this is something for you I'm doing, and I'm putting up a timer here. As you can see, add media. I could always add a media. Let me add a media. I am taking up an audio. Let's hope I could record the audio. No, I have to take a ready-made instruction audio, which actually I'm not prepared with. Otherwise, I could take a recorded audio instruction that, dear students, you're supposed to draw this, something like that. So I can upload it from a Google Drive. I can upload it from the Dropbox or OneDrive. So I have to previously upload all the audio video which I want to keep on this board and upload it. So from here you can see you can add your media. Let me write the instructions. Dear audience, let's say you want to draw something. Draw and express your, what will you express? Express your ideas with the drawing on COVID. Let's see what comes up to your mind. What are you all missing and all? And I can put up an add timer option. And in this timer, I'll give you time for drawing. Let's put it up 3 minutes for everyone. That's more than enough. And then here goes my lesson is ready and I'm launching it. That's it. So it was as quick during the class. All of a sudden you want that, okay, my students are not paying attention. They are not in a good mood. You want to change up the mood of the class. So yes, obviously we can make a change in the way of teaching the pupils anytime. Not necessarily clung to whatever comes up. So this is my second code on your screen where you can draw. This code is basically to draw something. If I would have, make this a Zoom meeting. If I would have a beta version, I would have clicked on this on and off button and automatically this lesson goes to my Zoom meeting. A Zoom meeting will be created and I can share them with the students. Students join in and they there and they can explore this. But right now I don't have a beta version, so I'm not going for that. Again, I have VUQNT. You can see this. So those who are joining, let's see, let me launch this and see how many of you are joining in. Again, I'll repeat, it is VUQNT. There you can use the drawing. I'm starting up the activity. People are waiting and that was too quick. Gargi ma'am, Devjani ma'am again. Neha ma'am, Sveni De Silva, thank you so much. You were very quick and you have got your drawing board. I have already started up the activity. Your timer starts now. You can draw something, whatever you want. You have a pencil tool with you and you can experience the way it is. The code for drawing here is BUQNT. Oh wow, somebody has drawn the COVID virus. So everybody, what comes to our mind is a virus only. Let's think something positive about COVID. I know the COVID virus mask, yes, that's very good. So, you know, lot of creativity, ma'am. You can see the type of creativity we are seeing on the screen. People are drawing masks, I think a sanitizer bottle or the COVID virus. And, you know, if we as the teachers could come up, social distancing, yes, COVID has become our life. Yeah, obviously, we have to live with this. There's no option. So Yogesh Kumar sir is doing Santosh Man. We can see also what the child is doing. So it gives us such a good feeling that yeah, we our students are doing something and we are able to see what they are doing. I think this is more interesting, right? Drawing part. I know I'm very poor at drawing, but that's why I'm not drawing. There are 16 people have joined in. If more wants to join it, again the code goes BUQNT. So let's, by the time you all are drawing with the timer there, let me see how many have joined here. 30 people have already joined here and 30 people have posted here about very useful, interesting, good evening. And VUQNT, they've posted the code for the next link. Thank you so much, Nilima ma'am. So VUQNT is the code for this one drawing. And let's see how many of you have joined for drawing is 19. That's great. Ma'am, can you see, like, I could like experience the way people have expressed themselves, the COVID thing. And even in
Yes.
this expression board, we can see pictures are also coming in. So hopefully this tool will give your students a voice in the classroom. Just give them
Shweta has put live. I
yeah.
like that.
And yes, we can even like and we can open this. We can see like this also in a bigger screen. We can put next. Teacher can do like this. And suppose I found somebody's work is see Anil sir is right now drawing something. So it shows me in progress. So like for example, something is very good like this picture Sudipta ma'am has drawn. I can click on share and I can share with someone. So you know science concept, English concept. We are talking about let's say definitions. We are talking about whether the children know the meaning of that particular thing, whether they can draw and express that thing. Once they've seen, we can click on share. So this will be shared. So the best part from your whiteboard, you can always share. So it's just something like a whiteboard given to the student. Fine, very beautifully done. Horrible, yes, obviously it's horrible, but yeah, I'll take it positively. COVID, and now 17 seconds. You can see this timer also comes up on my screen. So after this, there are 25 people who have joined in, but after 10 seconds, nobody will be able to join to this particular drawing board. So we can keep up the restrictions. So this will even freshen up your class. So the time is up, and you can see here 0, 0. So that means now I think if you are trying to draw something, unable to draw. So that is all submitted, and somebody was in progress and the work was left. So there we go with the Nearpod again. Let me go back. You want to leave the session? No, let me just finish the session. So this is all over. Let me scroll down and check everything done. And here it is hide student name. At times it happens that we don't want to show this. So I've hide the student's name. Can you see this asterisk mark? And this is very much necessary nowadays for social and emotional well-being concept also. You need to hide the student's name when they've written something on the wall. That
Krupali
will,
ma'am,
yeah, ma'am.
there's a question.
Yeah, please.
We have to share the code again.
No, no, not at all. If your code is once it is on the screen, the activity is on the screen, and you know there are two options. Either you can have a live activity, or you can have an activity which is given to do from home. So you have two
Okay.
options. You can give it
So
as a
different activity will have different code.
yeah, we have like for example, this code is there. I've just now kept it closed, so I can resume it later. Also, the code remains the same.
Okay.
Okay. So now you can see here, this was the drawing. Again, I can quick launch for the other class. This is again here. And this is my science lesson plan. So let me move very quickly the quick launch part again. So as I've told, we have done about draw it. We have done collaborative board. We used a timer over there. And yeah, we want to start up with a slideshow. But before that, we want a timer. So you can set the timer. So the students will, this we have already used in the earlier activity. Now last one is open-ended question. So these are some quick launch activities without planning. You can do. My open-ended question is, how will you use Nearpod in your class? I think that is a very useful question, and I want everybody to get into it and answer. because this is where I'll get idea that I am using it for how will you use Neocode in your class. That's my open-ended question. Sorry. And you can post any open-ended question after teaching a concept. You can again add a timer to it. You can add audio, media, video, audio instructions over there. You can enable student recording. This is very much important in terms of immersive. Nowadays, that concept has come, inclusive education. That inclusive education says that not necessarily the child has to speak, the child has to type or write. The child who is unable to type or maybe unable to write, we can allow them with this option, enable student audio recordings. And let's launch this. So let us quickly have the launch code on the screen. So once you get the launch code, again, you can just type neocode.com and you could type that 5-letter code and there, I think it is downloading. Okay, fine. So my code is here on the screen this time. It's WAFQT. It's WAFQT. That's the code. And there you have to join. So now all of you have got an idea how your students are going to join. So probably I don't think so there was an issue with the student end, but the only issue will be at a time 40 for the silver edition. And then if you get a license version, golden edition for your school, then you may get 60. And then if you want more than the administration level, you can get that. So right now 50, like if you're not getting purchasing anything, 40 is enough. So WAFQT, I'll start up with this class. Let's start. There is no answer. Let's see who answers here. And then I can upload that answer. Upload that answer means I found that answer to be beautiful. So I can like put it up, worth reading. So I can put it up on the wall. So right now nobody has answered. Everybody has just bought into it. There are 11 people. There will be an option where you can answer. My question is, how will you use Neocode in your classroom? So right now there is only 6% participation. Yeah, you are going to, Reena ma'am says she's going to use for quizzing and lesson plan. Sarayu ma'am wants to use it with flipped classroom differentiation. So if I want to share, I'll just click on share. Reena ma'am, I will click and share. This is how it goes. So all of you, there will be an option to answer. Please find it out on your screen. 11 quiz and access by Sudeepa ma'am. So I can engage my students, yes. And we can even see how many are writing. So suppose ma'am has written, I can engage my student. So she's still writing, then we can see she's writing. So this is how no answer, progressing, how much is written, that everything on the spot, and 46% participation and 22 people have joined. So if I click on this people, I can see Aparna ma'am, Hafsa, somebody has joined with HI, Santosh Kumar, Shweta, these are the names. You can see Sweni ma'am, Zeba, Anil, Deepika, Dhanraj, Divya, all the sir and teachers have joined here. You can scroll down and find out whether all the students are present or not. You can take a scrolling screenshot for the attendance for the activity also, and at the end, I'm going to show you reports of all these activities. Fine, so let's continue with this activity. Let the teachers write here. By the time, let's again go to neocode.com
One
homepage.
question, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Can they use it on the mobile? Can they do
Yeah.
this on the mobile?
You can use it on the phone. As I've mentioned earlier, students can use it on the phone because as you can see, there's a wide screen. So we require a tablet in order to create the lesson. Students can join from anywhere. Students can join a lesson with the code only, so they can join from the phone. But for teachers, in order to make this particular Neocode lesson, they need require a desktop or a laptop. Okay, so I think that was a quick launch. We have done all these three. This was when we are not prepared. But now how to get ourselves prepared? I guess there are maximum of English teachers here. So I'd like to show something which I created as a part of NCRT Chapter 2, Nelson Mandela. To give you an idea, and then I'll show you how to create. So this is an English Chapter 2, which you can see either I can have live participation with Zoom. I can have just live participation. I can have student based. This was what ma'am I was talking. That in case we don't want, like we don't have students into the classroom, still we want to give some quizzing platform. We can have it student based. And let's just have a preview of this activity, how this activity goes about. So this is an activity which is a merge of all the kind of content which you can keep as well as all the kind of activities you can create. So there I go with my activity. I think probably it's better if I give you a live code so you all can see it from your end also. So I'll have it live participation. My lesson is ready. Before I start teaching how to create this lesson, I'm showing you a demo of chapter 2 NCRT book. The chapter is all about Nelson Mandela, and it is of class 10. So you can see students will join this code. The code is QGBBN. If anybody wants to just have a look at the chapter, the code is QGBBN. And I can share this code. Now let me talk about this also before we proceed. You can share via email. If it is a self-paced student tutorial lesson plan, you can share via email also. You can share it on a social media. Suppose you have a Facebook group where your students are there who are learning English. There are students who are learning something new on technology. Yes, you can share it on the social media also. You can share a link to your existing Google Classroom, or maybe Microsoft Teams is already given here. If I click on Microsoft Teams, it will ask me to log in with Teams account, and it will get itself automatically linked to my classrooms and Remind and Google Classroom. So let us just click close this and start the lesson. So there I go. This is my first slide of the chapter. I can see Bindu ma'am, Deepika ma'am. These are the students who are joining for the class. So 14 students have joined. The code is again on my top left corner if anybody wants to join. And the chapter goes like this. The first slide already has a PDF. Now what we do, generally we want to teach something, we download the PDF, and you know our PC gets full, our desktop and laptop gets full. Chapter 1 PDF download here, chapter 2, 3, 4 and 14, 15 PDFs we download, and then we share our screen and then we show them. Why don't we keep this PDF? I have directly taken this PDF from a website, NCERT website. So this is the PDF you can see here. If the teacher wants to teach this PDF, just double click on it and it will link you to NCERT website. But yes, internet connection is necessary in this case. Yeah, you can see here the entire PDF is here. I'll just scroll down. Okay. So yeah, you can see even here I can switch between the chapters also. So this was just a link to the existing website PDF, and all the chapter lesson explanation, highlighting, asking them to mark a question answer was possible. Let me move to the lesson again. Let's move to the next slide. So the first thing what I've shown you is inserting a PDF. After explaining something in the PDF, I'm starting up an activity. Let me click on an activity. Now the activity says, can you see how 10th May, can you say how 10th May is an autumn day in South Africa? Now that was given in the chapter. Now we have open-ended question is being given. 1 minute of timer is being set for the students. So let's see if anybody has read this chapter, they might be knowing how can you see why 10th May? So that is the question. Right now you can see 25 people over here. That will be your student. If they will answer something, the answer will come here. And then how many students have participated for the quiz will show. This is how you can take an open-ended quiz in between the activities. So right now, zero participation, nobody has answered. So it is like geographically, it is celebrated as Autumn Day in South Africa. The answer was that. So anyways, there are 8 people who have answered. I could see that. Let's scroll and see. No idea, no idea. It was the inauguration day, 10th May. Yes, that is again a correct answer, as Africa is in Southern Hemisphere. Yeah, that's again geographically it's a right answer. So we can see like this, and it's a very hot temperature over there. Yes, that could also go as the right answer. So you know you will find a variety of answers coming in when this type of questions come in within the chapter explanation. Now let's click on the next type of content. What could be there on the screen is a Sway presentation. Microsoft Sway presentation also can be totally embedded into it. I created a presentation on sway.office.com. You can see this is my presentation which talks about the first inaugural ceremony. And I'm clicking on next, and you can see this is the Amphitheater Union Building in Pretoria. Then I have the name of the deputy presidents included in the chapter. So I wanted my students to focus only on the important part of the chapter. So those important part, I have kept it into the slides presentation. And that is the sway.office.com is the website where you can create this type of presentation. So this was done with Sway. And that I have included within the Neocode. The next one. The next type of content or activity which we can include here is, wow, this is very much interesting. I was talking about virtual field trip. Now you can see this building. You can enter in VR if you have a VR headset. Your students will definitely love this. In between, they're learning English and all of a sudden they get technology. It would be so interesting. Now, what is this? This building is the building which we talked of. That is the Union Building of Pretoria, which has been discussed over there. That's an amphitheater. And if you want to see, you can see this. This is amazing. This is the 360-degree view of that area. And here you can talk the children. Have you seen the size of the building? More than 1 lakh people were there over here during the inauguration. ceremony. You can see inaugural ceremony. There were 1 lakh people. So children will get exactly the idea. We don't have to keep them into the imaginary world. Let them not just imagine, okay, there will be some building. Let us show them that, see, this is the building and how the building looks like. So this is a 360-degree view. You want this slide contains a video. Where would you like this video to be played? In all device or this device? I'll keep it all device so everybody could see. Now this is a chapter explanation video. The entire English chapter is in Hindi. I give credit to the person who have made this. I've just taken a reference here. So I'm not.
Hello students, I'm Ruchika from English Academy. आज हम जगहों पर जान बढ़ाए एक नेता कर रहे हैं। इसी एक्ट से नेल्सन मंडेला को हिम्मत थे जिस इंसान पर बंदिशें लगाई जाती हैं।
So here that YouTube video was embedded into my lesson to give it more interactive. Now here comes your collaborative board. Now how do we use this collaborative board? Here you have to use the definite article with proper nouns. So I'll approve the students. For example, my question is the decades of Operation Brutality produced the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Cizalas. What do you think names mean? So here you have to use the definite article with proper noun. So which proper noun I have used here and what would be the answer? So the student will write their answer. For example, the answer is Oliver. So if I write here Oliver Tambos and I click on post, or I can have a picture also. I click on post. You can see my answer comes, the teacher gives the answer Oliver Tambos. So likewise, student can also post their answer. You can try if there are 29 people who have already joined this lesson, they can also try, they can write something, their answer over here to the question given by the teacher. So any type of grammatical questions we can frame here and we can post here with the help of this box. So yeah, I have got 2, but I'm sorry, I forgot to admit. Yeah, I've kept because moderation is also important. We never know students kya post karenge. So we can moderate it. I've clicked here moderate. Sarayu ma'am has kept the photograph. I keep and here Gargi ma'am. So you can see now whatever content I'm moderating will come up.
Ma'am, your
Excuse
mic is mute.
Yeah, your mic is mute.
I actually got a message, the host has muted you on the screen.
Let me check.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So yeah, this is how it comes up on the screen. Let's click on next. And the next type of activity which we have here is fill in the blanks. So fill in the blanks activities directly, I think the classroom scroll came. The activity I'm not seeing, just a minute. Let me check the answers of the activity, how it comes. So it comes like this. So you will have to keep these blocks. I'll show you how to do this activity. Basically, you need to write the whole sentence and this particular word you have to remove from it. So this particular word, character, triumph, concourse, love, this will be as a fill in the blanks to the audience. So let's click on next type of activity which we can have is. So this lesson is completely thrown to give you an idea what a Nearport lesson looks like. And I'll take 5 more minutes to show you how we can create such type of interactive lessons. So this is my 9th slide for the fill in the blanks. My 9th slide was on Flipgrid. You might have heard the word Flipgrid. Flipgrid is again a very nice tool. If next time the session permits, I'll be taking up, I would like to take on Flipgrid because that's a very interesting tool where you can ask your students to record their voices on a speech or a debate, or maybe they can, like this was what I have linked here is a Flipgrid, which is show and tell activity taken up by Udgam School for Children Ahmedabad, my own school, where the English teachers use Flipgrid. They use Flipgrid where students have given their responses on how racial discrimination and all. And this is where was the inaugural ceremony held. Again, an open-end question. Where was the inaugural ceremony held? And then there are students who have no answer. They could have the answers there. We have already seen the building where it was held. We talked about the building. So after giving this idea to the students, we expect they name the building right. So this is how it goes. So let's go back and end up the session here for the students. And let's see how to make it. The most important part is we should know how to create it. So I hope this was clear. Till now, ma'am, any queries? Or shall I proceed with the demo?
There was one question by Ms. Debjani. I'll just see her question.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am. Okay, by the time ma'am is taking away the questions, I'll show you something very much important. This was about how to...
Manjusha is saying,
Yes, ma'am.
can't we do video conferencing through Newport?
Neopod is basically a learning management system. It's basically a learning management system which you can integrate with your video call in Microsoft Teams, or you can integrate it with Google Classroom,
Okay.
Google Meet.
Okay.
And anyways, you can use it with live Zoom also. As I've shown you on any of the lessons, if you go, suppose there's a lesson here, if any of the lessons I open, it gives me this 3 dots. From these 3 dots, I have an option, I can share it with other teacher. Now, when I share with other teachers, I mean to say that I'm giving a link which is collaborative. I am entering 3 slides, the teacher could add more 3 slides to it. So we don't have to use share with teachers to the student. This link is a collaborative editable link for our lesson. The second is
And
yes, ma'am.
what is Microsoft Sway? SWAY.
Microsoft is a presentation making toolbar. It is similar to a PowerPoint presentation to talk about slides. But in sway.office.com, it's an online version where you have cards. In slides, we can insert audio, video, everything. In Sway also, you could insert audio, video, pictures, text, anything. You can even have an embed code. Embed code मतलब आपकी पूरी वेबसाइट में आपने कुछ लिखा है उसका embed code generate करके या Facebook, Twitter का किसी post का embed code generate करके आप अपनी presentation में Sway में डाल सकते हो. Even Sway gives you an idea. I want, like, I'm typing something on Nelson Mandela and immediately I want a picture. So I go to the picture card and I search for Nelson Mandela in Bing, and automatically from the right hand side only I can insert picture. No need to download anything. All the resources comes online. So sway.office.com is a very interesting tool. Once you try to explore it, I think definitely you'll be able to do it. Now you can see a live participation plus Zoom. Live participation, student based. Student based is something which you can give to do from home. Live participation, just the way we have done, you can do it in your classroom. Already you have a beta version. आप Zoom meeting कर रहे हो, उसके साथ इसको link कर सकते हैं. And these 3 dots are very much important. Let's learn about these options. Share with teachers. You can share this code with teachers. Like, I don't have much time. We have 5 English teachers working on the same content. So 3 of us are making, like, one of us started with a lesson and I share this link with the other 4 teachers. They will add more content to it on the same Neopod lesson. So it's a collaborative link. The second, I'm a subject matter expert. Just a minute, ma'am. Just give me a minute, please. I have a duplicate link here. Duplicate means I am an SME, subject matter expert. I created a very nice lesson which I want to share to my teachers, English teachers, 5 subject teachers. So I can give this duplicate link to them. Yes, ma'am.
There's one question from Sudeepa Roy. She's saying, can this app only be used during live sessions, or can we record and send it to the students, giving them the code for quiz? I feel
Yes,
she's answered this question.
Yeah, the third option, that is student
Student
based.
and paste.
Student based, yeah. Or even, ma'am, there is an option export PDF. She can export the PDF and she can share the PDF with students. Or the link could be given anytime on WhatsApp or anything, and the student could directly go from home with the link and they can do it. So I will show you that student based. This is student based, ma'am. So Sudeepa ma'am, this lesson is a collaborative board. So I'll just go to this board and it is a student based. So now this link where requires student submissions, I'll take this link and code and give it to my students. And you can see here I've given the deadline 29 days remaining. 30 days के लिए मैंने ये link open रखी है. This is also possible, ma'am. Okay. So now let's see how to create. We have, I think, 10 minutes more, ma'am. Yes. So
yes.
Fine. I'll cover that within 5-10 minutes. I'll show you all the ways, and probably, ma'am, I've shared you the links. Now slowly we can start sharing the links to them so that in case they want to refer more. Neopod library, I want to show you before we create. Here there are a few lessons and videos available. Again, I'll go back if you have not seen my screen. On the left panel, you have Neopod library. Click on Neopod library and there you go with so many lessons which are already created. So you can pick up some lesson. Let me take a lesson on mathematics. And you can see there are lessons on mathematics on rational functions, round the nearest 10 and hundreds, draw polygons. Let me take this draw polygons. So how to take? I'll have to click on this lesson. I'll have to open and add this lesson to my Neopod. That's how we can do. Now I really love this lesson. Okay, it was good enough. There's an option add to my library. If you can see, there's an option add to my library. So this add to my library, yeah, I can see it's loading still. Anyways, let it load. I'll just show them. This add to my library is the option which I'm talking about. So if this lesson is fair enough, good enough for my class, I don't want to create more lessons on it, I can just add to my library. That's it. So existing lessons also you can create, and then you can show in my library, come back to your library, and that lesson would be added. So you can see my lessons are added. All this draw polygons, find distances, determine, all these lessons are added, perimeter and all. Let's see the report section. Teacher resources are also available. Please go for the teacher resources. Webinars will be there. So many other things will be there, which you can explore at your pace. I'm not getting into this detail. How to attend the webinar. It's very simple. You can attend any of the live webinar with the register options. Let's see how to create. I'm going to plus new. In order to create a new lesson, just go to plus new. There is an option lesson in Neocode. Click on lesson in Neocode. Now they have introduced interactive video also. There's a video playing, and in between the video, you want to post some question answers. That is again available there. And you can see here right now, it is similar to our PowerPoint. Slides hame add karni hai. So I'm adding my first slide to my lesson. Let me first untitled lesson. I'm going to go to settings and change the name. So my untitled lessons goes as computer applications. Me being a computer teacher, I'll use this. And right now I'm talking about input and output devices. Input and output devices. I'm going to select the grade for whom I'm preparing. Let me keep it for class 9. And subject here will be, let me select the subject right now. Tech and computer science is my subject. So I take that and click on submit. So this was a very simple step. I've created a class for computer application input output devices. My first slide here, click on add slide. What type of video I want here? Do I want a virtual field trip? Obviously not in my subject. I want to have a BBC video or a video. Let me go for a BBC video. If I have something, I'm not sure whether I'll get that. I'll go for web content. You have to enter the web URL. So what is more required is, for example, if I go here in textbook, if I go for computer application, class 9, select the class, select the subject, ICT, and then I'll have to select the book title, ICT. So now I got this NCERT textbook on ICT. Yes, ma'am.
Nothing, go ahead.
Okay, fine. So now this is a chapter of ICT for class 10th, which I will just search for here. And once I get the textbook, I got this ICT textbook. I'll copy this link from here and paste it to my resource, which I'm creating. So let's go to our presentation. Enter the URL here, and you can see test this link. My chapter textbook is here. So this is very easy. You can just find out the textbook for your class and click on save. So my first slide basically will start with an ICT textbook, which I'll require to teach my student. So let it start adding. By the time I'll stop the other things. Okay, so you can see my first slide is a website. Now click again on add slide. Again on add slide. Let me have some Neopode 3D. I'm going for a 3D. Do you want environment, human body? Because if you are a science teacher, you have a lot in 3D models also, but unfortunately, I'm not a science teacher, so probably I'll look forward for something which is, yeah, I'll take this one, solar panel, or maybe because I'm talking about nuclear power plant, solar panel, I'm not getting keyboard or anything over here. Amazing places and things, so we can take up like, yeah, I want to take this car, because we're talking about technology. So I'll just inserted this 3D model of a car as my second slide. So here there is a 3D model. Again, it is very simple. Just like what we do in PowerPoint presentation, we keep on adding content, whatever we understand. The same thing we are doing here. You can add a sway presentation link over here. You can create a slideshow of your PowerPoint presentation, audio content over here, PDF also here. And let's go for the activities. Now the kind of activities. Match the pair. When I click on match the pair, I'll get an activity where I can put keyboard and all on the one side. The instruction for the students will be drag the input devices on the screen. And then I'm on the screen to its correct match. So very simple. Now I'm adding the pair. To add the pair, you have to add an image or a text. Like for example, I write here keyboard. Keyboard is an input device. So I can put here input. Add another pair. Now I'm writing here pair 2. Let me keep the pair as monitor, and here I keep here as output device. Even you can, it's not necessary that it has to be text only when you're pairing. You can add an image also. You can click on image, but here again, you can search your image. For example, right now I want to confuse my student with a option like scanner. So I can search the scanner image. I got the scanner image. I take the scanner image over here, click on save, and on the right side, I write input output device. Now let's see what the students are going to do, because either they consider scanner as an input or an output. So you can put up something like this. So now I have 3 match, this all are matching activity over here. I can add a timer. Let's give the students only 1 minute of time to find out whether they're input output device and which are they, and click on save. So you can see I have explained what is an input output device with a textbook content. After textual content, I'm taking them to a car 3D model. I'm going to explain that what is diesel, how does it get input, how does a car moves after it gets input, what is the processing system in a car. And then with the live example, I'll move them to a matching pair quiz. The same way, I will very quickly show you this options like simulation and PET. If you're a science teacher, beautiful simulations are given in PET. Right now, I don't have anything to show you except this all simulations which are ready-made. So you can use it on your own ways, wherever it is useful. There is nothing for me right now, but still I'm just putting on one simulated device for you. And then let's again click on add slide. Let's have activities again. So these are the kind of activities you can do. Open-ended question, we have experimented it. Matching pair we have done. Quiz could be possible. Flipgrid. You want a student to record the video and submit. Yes, you can do that. Drawing we have done. Collaborative board we have explored. Let's have a poll. Poll in this chapter is, the poll will give you an idea whether the students understand input output. So you can just put in poll on a question. Are input devices and output devices same? Very simple question. We don't want to ask them, we just want to make their understanding clear on this topic. So the answer problem will be yes, and here it will be no. So this is a polling question. We have to just add an answer, or no, we don't want the answer. So because it's a polling question, let's not add the answer. You can add the timer for the polling again. I don't want to give them more than 30 seconds on this. So click on add and save. So that's all. I've created one lesson plan. Now let's see how to create, how to share this lesson plan. So this is, and you know, the limit here will be 1 MB. You will not be like in a free version. I'll be sharing, I think ma'am pricing wala link also we can share to them. So they can go to that also. Even I've given you link for this Neoport certified educator. Once you go to Neoport certified educator or is lesson class, I'll show you how to take the link and submit there. And that form, if you submit, they will automatically transform your silver edition to gold. And that 40 to 60, the limit of storage, everything will increase. So this is the free which I'm talking about, right? So let's see, this chapter is done. Save and exit. I have done one lesson on computer application with all possible content and all possible quizzing and all. How to play this with our students. It's just saving. You can see here. Now again, I just have to go to live participation, and there goes my class joining in. Whenever you click on live participation, a code will come up on the screen. Either you can copy the code and post to your teams, or share the link like this. The link is generated, and this link you can copy and share. So you can copy this link and share with someone. This is how it goes. So I hope this is the
Ma'am?
XCTCD is the code. Ma'am, I'd like to talk about the redeem code, and I'm done with it.
Which code you want me to share?
Ma'am, education, I'll just come back to my slides now. So probably we have covered this much. We have done about the collaborative quick launch board. Then we have to, I'm sorry, I think it is stuck. Okay, this is what we have done, collaborative
Certified educator.
Yeah, I'll just show that also. Quick launch we have done. So we can store e-resources, we can organize it, and we can share and collaborate on it. We have done with AdSlide this many activities and content could be created with Neopod lessons. And these are some of the links. If you go to this first link, pricing, you will find that option silver and gold edition. So silver is what we were using. Gold is when you go for this one, the last link, neopod.com certified educator link. You'll find a form which you need to fill. Before filling this form, you need to make sure that you've created a lesson plan with all the criteria. That lesson plan is taken place into the classroom and minimum 15 students have participated. How to ensure that? I'll show you. So right now we had a lesson, right? We had this lesson where we were working. So let me just go to my Neopod homepage. I'll very quickly go to Neopod homepage. And in reports, you can see how many users have participated, what they have replied. So just go to reports and see. And wherever you find the report where more than 15 students have joined, you can take the link. Suppose this computer application, there were 5 slides. There were 9 slides. Now let me see how many users have joined this. You can see 30 students. Now I know that this is the very popular lesson. Here 38 students have joined. So I'll take away the link of this lesson plan and share it in that form. And basically the ID also which you give should be the same with which you have logged in. So this is how my report comes for Nelson Mandela, and I can click on share. This will share my report, but I'll need to share the lesson plan. So I hope this is clear. So you need to go to the last link for certified educator form. And distance learning, how it works, all the links, how to get into the library, how a student could access it, every links I've shared with you all. And now answering your questions, probably 80% of teachers have reported that students can create lessons and they'd use very effectively. They actually enjoy sharing their work. Neopod Gold Edition gives you more storage, 3 GB storage. It will give you size, presentation size up to 40 MB. Right now we have 20 MB size. It will give you 40 MB size, and you can join, have up to 50 students. Here right now 40 students can join. So this was a few questions which I've gathered. Yes, it is entirely free for all of you if you're a teacher, and your students can join with a 5 letter. Now coming to this last point, to redeem today's training code and to get your Microsoft Innovative Educator certificate, I request you people to follow the steps here, but the only criteria is when you log into education.microsoft.com, make sure that your login ID should be an Outlook or Microsoft ID, not a Gmail. And when you are logged in, it will ask you for name. Please log in with your name. Then only your name will come on the certificate. The certificate is duly signed by Microsoft Worldwide. So simple steps, go to Google Chrome, write education.microsoft.com, sign in with your Outlook ID and password. You can take a screenshot of this and the code given here to redeem, how you can redeem this code for today's training. On the top right corner, your display pic will be there when you log in with your Microsoft ID. There you have to right click and you will find redeem achievement code. Just take this code T-KSF69 and your redeem code. Ma'am will share the redeem code and the steps how to redeem with you all via WhatsApp group as well as via YouTube link.
I have already sent.
Yeah, ma'am has already shared this. So if you want
on the chat, in the chat box.
Okay, fine, that's great. So all of you might have received the redeem achievement code. You can redeem this, and once you've redeemed, you will find that your custom training is over. Again, you will have to, in order to see your certificate and badge, what you need to do is, again, you have to write top right corner page, okay, there will be an option, my profile, view profile. So just go to view profile and you will find your certificate there. So that's, if the screenshot is taken, I'll just end it up with a thank you note and can just show you very quickly how you can redeem is education.microsoft.com. My idea for bringing you on this platform on education.microsoft is here there are a lot of courses. There are self-paced courses, very free, latest courses regarding 21st century learning design. So even though I left this training today, you should continue learning, never lock down your learning. So I'll just log in with my account here and I'll show you the way we are going to do it. So yes, I have logged in here. Education.microsoft, but you might have seen I have logged in with my Microsoft account, whether it's a personal Microsoft Outlook account or whether it's a school one. You have to log in. On the top right corner, you will find your ID here. And my profile will give you all your badges and certificates achieved. Redeem achievement code. You have to click to redeem the code which is given. Now let me quickly take the code from the slide. and I'll show you how to paste it. So this was my slide, and I'll go very quickly to the slide where the code is given. And you have to just copy this achievement code TKS from here. We can give them separately also if you want, but I don't know, unfortunately, I'm not getting the chat area. So this is how we can come here and paste our achievement code. The achievement code starts with capital T and redeem. So you can see I've just now redeemed this training myself. So it will show you you completed. Here you will not get certificate. So don't get confused that ma'am, I haven't received my certificate. Your certificate comes under again display pick my profile, and there you will see hybrid learning new model, and you will find view details and certificate. So likewise, your certificates from Microsoft will come for all the trainings which you've done. So my certificates you can see, and today is 13 September. So it will go bottom. I have completed this many courses from MEC, and it's a highly privileged courses. When you will go through it, you will find that there's a lot of learning. This is not only about Neoport, it is about Sway. The ma'am who has asked for a question for Sway, you will find a course on Sway here, ma'am. I think that's all, ma'am. I have done my part. If they have any queries, I'm open for the queries.
I don't see any questions.
So like, for example, I have completed this course. So this type of certificate they will find, and this is a very beautiful certificate from Microsoft itself. So that carries a huge, you can see, it's signed by Anthony Salcito, Vice President, Worldwide Education. So I believe if they redeem this code, they'll get this certificate, and they can keep always download this certificate and keep it. If there's a download option, they can download this PDF and keep it in their portfolio. So yes.
Ma'am, they're asking for the code. I have sent the neoport.com certified educator. So
Okay,
they're asking for the code.
Neoport certified educator code, they don't have to. They have to create a lesson class on Neoport. The steps, ma'am, you have to share. Do you have the steps with you?
No.
Okay, I'll share this one. This code is actually required. I'll very quickly share with you this code. You can take a screenshot also. They can have a screenshot from my screen right now. They can click a picture of this. No, I haven't shared with you. Okay, I'll just type it and show you. Ma'am, I've shared it with you. It's there at 3:36. Please check WhatsApp.
Okay.
There's an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps where this code is there.
Okay.
Shared again.
Yeah,
Good
just
evening,
now.
ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
I just have a question. The
Yep.
question is, we don't have an account in the Microsoft. So first we need to create one, right?
Yeah, you can create first and make sure that when you create, ma'am, make sure that your account should have your name, proper name. Then only your name will appear on the certificate. Otherwise, I've seen what people do is they
Yes.
don't write their name and a blank certificate is generated. Once a blank certificate is generated, you cannot generate it again.
Yes,
We
I
need to make sure
understand.
that our name, proper name, the way we want it on the certificate should be in our profile.
And the second thing is, how long will it be valid? Will it be open for the coming 2-3 days so that we can try? Okay.
Redeem it any
Thank
time.
you.
I'll keep
So
the
it
training
will
code
be,
open.
suppose if my name is Gargi Adhikari, so will it be Gargi Adhikari at Outlook?
Yes, if you're just a minute, hold on. Yeah, I'm here. So yeah, if it is Gargi Adhikari at outlook.com, anything you can create. It's not necessary a name and surname. Inside that, when it will ask for your profile name, that full name, that has to be the one which you want for certification.
Right, ma'am. Thanks a ton.
Yeah, most welcome, ma'am. Any other queries? We can have 2-3 minutes more for the queries. I'm there. If anybody is wishing to.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Do we need to have a lesson plan first in order to fill this form?
Yes.
For Neoport certified educator, yes. For education.microsoft to redeem today's training, no.
Thank you.
For certified educator, you need to have a lesson plan. The lesson plan should have around like 15 students actually using that lesson plan. Like today I had a lesson plan and you people were using it. So that's way how you need to make a lesson plan. People should be using it, and then you can put that link of the lesson plan in your this form. That's how we do it.
Right.
So anything else, if you can see.
Yes, Krupali, one question I have.
Yeah, yeah.
In the YouTube, this big information is not going. So can you just give me what is important over there?
Okay, so I'll do that. Just in Google.
So that much if you give me, I'll post it to on the YouTube.
Right.
They're asking for it.
I'll do that. I'll just write education.microsoft.com. We just write arrows and we can put up only the website name.
So just give me that so that I can put it on my WhatsApp
So I'm
before I end.
Any other questions? We can take it by the time I that message.
Any other question? Yogesh sir, you can mute yourself. Any other question?
I guess I was very clear. Either the question does not come when we are clear, or either the question does not come when we are not clear. I don't know what is it. The audience may better say.
Lesson plan link, where to send? Nazia is asking.
In the lesson plan link, you need to not to send to me. You need to send. I have given you a link for this Nearport certified educator. So if you want to get your silver edition transferred to gold one, so may create a lesson plan with all the criteria element for content, quiz, everything, activity. Use it into your classroom. Have more than 15-30 students using it. Then generate a link of that lesson plan, and then share that link with this form, Nearport certified educator form. They will only select if your code is fair enough, they will select you for that. Otherwise, they may reject also. It depends on certified code, whether they want to do it or not. But we can try. We can always try to upgrade it free of cost.
Any other questions?
Good evening, Ms. Krupali. My Mrs. Sarayu here. I'm from UAE. I saw a QR code in your Nelson Mandela lesson, you know. It looks like it's an energized lesson, the new energized lessons which has the CBSE has adopted. So can you scan this QR codes into the Nearport? Because in the Gulf, we haven't yet got the energized versions because due to some issues. So, you know, how do we get those energized codes by QR code into the Nearport?
Go to this NCERT website. I think you're talking about the NCERT website textbook where QR codes were given.
Yeah, the Diksha app, you know, where you log into the Diksha app, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah.
I actually went to the NCERT website. I'll just very quickly take that link from there and share in the chat area to you so that you can copy that NCERT website link. You could go to that website and download the PDF. Those PDF will have that QR codes, which the students could scan and they could go.
So that we are able to get it. So, but then when you access it to the Diksha app, we are not able to access the Diksha app in the Gulf region, you know.
Okay, maybe it's on the software end. Some regional are not able to access. They might have disabled it. I'll have a word with this. Kindly put your queries to me in the chat area. I'll forward your query with your email ID. I'll forward your query to NCERT team also and get the real scenario and be back with you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, since it's time up, I will try to wrap up the session. Okay, so thank you, ma'am. It was a very interactive session and we hope you come on this platform again.
Sure.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nadeem sir. Thank you, the participants. Okay, I just end the session.
Thank you so much, MNET team, for calling me here. And I'm always, it's a pleasure for me to join you all today. Thank you so much, all of you.